皆さん、英語のそーたです。
Hey everyone, it's Sean.
Hey Sean, we did an Instagram live together a couple of days ago. Do you remember that?
Yes, yeah, it was very fun.
How was it?
Yeah, it was good. I was surprised at how many people were joining your Instagram live, but we had a couple of technical difficulties. I think maybe the signal or something went wrong.
Connection.
So I started an Instagram live on my account instead, which you joined as well. And people were sending like lots of great questions. It was fun.
Yeah, it was so much fun to ask you to take off your glasses. Or, Also, I saw many people commenting, and I was really happy to see them.
Yeah, everyone's like been really welcoming. Sending me Instagram messages and sharing the episodes as well. It's great.
Yes. はい、皆さん、最近夏がね、本格的に始まってきて暑くなってきているんですけれども、夏バテなどにはなっていませんでしょうか。しっかり睡眠もとっていただきたいんですけれども、僕たちは睡眠も取らないといけないんですけれども、夜中1時ぐらいにですね、急遽インスタグラムライブしよっかっていう話になって、ゲリラでね、真夜中に始めまして、いろんな方と交流をさせていただいたのが、a couple of days ago って言ってましたけれども、Can you spell it? いきなりだけど。
A couple of days ago, so couple of OF and then days.
そうですね。
DAYS
はい、カップルで一つっていうね、言ったら二つで一つなので、2、3日前とかって言った時に a couple of days ago、a few days ago とかいっぱいありますけれども、これもぜひ語句の中に入れていただきたいんですけれども、インスタライブやらせていただいて、いろんな方がねコメントをねしてくださって、で僕は結構突然インスタグラムライブをいつも始めるので、いつ始めるって決めてないんですけれども、急遽始まるので、ぜひ皆さんもインスタグラム英語のソータでフォローしていただいて、ショーンはショーン・ブラッリー1980、65とかWhat was that?
1986. It's the year I was born. So
yes. で調べていただけたらまたコラボしようということになっているので、そういつも皆さんの質問コーナーをさせていただいたり、視聴者の方とコラボさせていただいたりでお話しさせていただいたり、英語のねライブをさせていただいたりしてますので、ぜひチェックしていただきたいなと思います。あとなんかこうね、ショーンに皆さんがいろいろとコメントをしてくださっているのを僕が見るのも嬉しかったり、ね、番組のコメントもこう定期的にねいただけるのは、番組をもっとこうやって作っていこうとか知ることができるので、いつもとても参考になってます。So, about comments, like we can see, how people think about our episodes or show, on Twitter.
Yes.
Because sometimes they tweet with hashtags, so that's really helpful.
Yeah.
And you also check them, right?
I do, yeah. I see the comments and things that you reply to, and then I click on the hashtag to see what everyone's been saying. So, I'm really happy to see like everybody talking about the episodes. A lot of people thought that the show had finished because Nate had to leave, and then seeing all of these lovely comments saying, "Oh, I'm so happy that the show continued. Thanks for joining, Sean." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I feel nice."
Yeah, so I'm really happy to see them as well. So I love that kind of interaction. So tweet and give us a lot of comments with hashtag everyone.
Yeah.
はい、ツイッターとかで今台本なし英会話レッスンというハッシュタグをつけて感想をシェアしていただいて、それだとそこをタップするとね、一覧でコメントをバーッと見返せるので、ショーもそれを見ていたりとか、最近ねそこにお返事をするというインタラクションがちょっと少なくなってたんですけれども、またねネイトがいなくなって新しい番組になって、皆さんがどう感じられているのかっていうのは、そういうところから知れるとすごく嬉しいので、ぜひ皆さんもハッシュタグ台本なし英会話レッスン、漢字にしないでくださいね。台本は漢字で、なし漢字になっちゃってるとそのハッシュタグにまとまらないので、なしはひらがなで英会話レッスンでぜひつけて、毎回の感想コメントしていただけると僕とかショーンが、話しかけに行ったりしますので、ぜひ感想教えてください。 Okay, are you ready, Sean?
I'm ready.
ソータと
ショーンの
台本なし英会話レッスン
Episode 140.
うまなったな、オープニング。Okay, what is the topic for episode 140?
Today's topic is dating.
はい、今回のお題はデートの仕方、イギリス vs 日本です。By the way, you became better at doing the opening stuff. 台本なし英会話 lesson. Do you remember the first one?
The first time was awful. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've been practicing at home in my bedroom. Okay, 台本なし英会話レッスン Okay, I can do it So now it's perfect.
That's so hilarious. ね、皆さんオープニングのねタイトルコール本当に上手になったので僕も嬉しいなと思うんですけど、家の中でねベッドの上で練習してたらしいですねはい、今回のお題はですね、インスタグラム英語のソータにてミカさんからいただいたリクエストです。ミカさんありがとうございます。皆さんもぜひリクエストを送っていただければなと思うんですが、ソータさん、ショーンさん、こんにちは。イギリス人の恋愛の仕方について話してください。以前、ネイトさんとのショーでエピソード4で取り上げていただいたラブ、恋愛のテーマがとても面白かったので、イギリス人の恋愛の仕方についても話していただきたいです。とのことです。So we got a comment on Instagram from Mika-san. And, 3 years ago, I guess, we did the love episode for episode 4 with Nay. And that was one of the popular episodes. And then she is really interested in, how British people love people. I think it's the same, but, a lot of cultural differences.
Yeah, absolutely.
Behind the love situation. So that's going to be the topic. But I thought it would be a little more interesting to focus on dating. Because we talked about love. So this time specifically, let's focus on dating situations.
Absolutely. And like we said at the start of the show with the Instagram Live, in my Instagram Live, I had a lot of people commenting the same thing, saying, in a future episode, can you tell us about dating? Can you talk about relationships? That kind of thing. So it seems to be a big topic that people are interested in. So
that would be awesome.
は
い、以前ラブエピソード4でね取り上げたお題がとても人気だったんですよね。それのイギリスバージョンということですが、せっかくなのでデートとデートと恋愛は分けて、今回はデートだけにフォーカスを当ててやってみると新しいトピックにもなりますし、イギリス人のそのラブのシチュエーションもカバーできるかなと思ったので、今回はあえてデートにフォーカスを当ててみます。今度またラブのシチュエーションのエピソードも作ろうとは思っております。リクエストありがとうございます。その前に台本なし英会話レッスンはアメリカ英語の英語のソータとイギリス英語のショーンが様々なお題でディスカッションを行う英会話ラジオ番組です。エピソード135まではアメリカ人ネイトとの番組、エピソード136以降はイギリス人ショーンとの番組になっていますので、アクセント、文化、価値観の違いなどアメリカとイギリスの両視点からお楽しみいただける番組となっておりますというのを毎回ちょっと最近入れておりますので、皆さんお聞きくださりありがとうございます。 Okay, so I'm really excited to hear this topic, dating in the UK. So let's focus on dating in general. So what is dating like in your country?
It's definitely case by case. Everybody has different images of how dating should be. Some people are more traditional than others. Some people are more into like new methods. So, for example, using applications like Tinder or I don't know any of the ones. I only know the Japanese ones, but I think in Japan you have like pairs or something.
Pairs.
It's quite popular, right? But when I was living in the UK, so about 5 years ago, Tinder had just started to become popular. So how about in Japan? Like, was Tinder a thing?
Not so common, but some people are using the app even now, Tinder. So yeah, but is it only for dating? I have never used this.
Well, this is one of the things that I noticed that's different with Tinder in Japan and Tinder in the UK. So Tinder in the UK is absolutely known as a dating website,
like a hookup app.
Yeah, people.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, people want to hook up. They know why they are on the app. There's no hidden message or anything like that. It's like, I am on this app because I want a boyfriend or girlfriend, that kind of, or I want to date.
Kind of serious relationship?
Some people go on there, they put in their profile, I'm here for a serious relationship, don't waste my time, kind of thing. But I think a lot of people just use it for quick dates. So.
I see. So this explanation was mainly about how they meet each other before they start dating.
Yes.
なるほど。まずはなのでデートはどんな感じですかという質問からだったんですけれど、まずは今デートの前の回答がショーンからあったっていう感じなんですけれども、まあそのデートに至るまではいろんな形があるということですが、まあ最近はいろんなテクノロジーが発達してオンラインデーティング、ネットでは英語ではそういうふうに言いますけれども、昔ねオンラインデート、つまりアプリとか出会い系を使って出会うのは海外では普通というね、アメリカのエピソードでお伝えしたこともあったと思うんですけれども、日本だとペアーズとか、僕はあんまちょっと詳しくは分かんないんですけど、まあ、そういうものがあるっていうのがショーンが言ってくれていて、海外のバージョンだと、まあ、Tinder ですよね。でその Tinder が日本でねそんなにみんなが使ってるかどうかわからないですけど、確かにちょっとこうデートを目的にしてる方とかからすると、まあ、そういうのを使って、いたりすると思うんですけれども、まあ、出会い方っていうのは、まあ、ケースバイケースということで、そういうアプリを使ったりとか、まあ、いろんなこう出会いの始まりっていうことはあるっていうことですね。まあ、でもここからそのデートっていうものがどういうものなのかっていうのを僕はちょっと聞きたいので聞いていければと思うんですけれども、 Before that, can you spell hookup?
Hookup. H-O-O-K-U-P.
I think you were typing.
No, it just made me laugh. Like, of all of the words that you could have chosen to spell, you chose hookup. Okay.
Okay, yeah. ナンパするとかっていうようなちょっとこう遊びの誘いのねスラングがフックアップと言うんですけれども、そうショーンがねスペリングが苦手っていうお話してたじゃないですか。なので、
Yes.
今言ってたらどれをねソータがピックアップするんだろうっていうのを考えてて、でフックアップ来たんかっていう感じで今そう準備してたということでしたけれども、そうなのでまずそこがこう始まりということですよね。But actually I wanted to ask you, what is dating like in your country? So for example, when you go on a date, what do you guys always do, or where do you go, or who pays or something? So
okay.
What's a common dating style?
Well, the whole like who pays, I think that's a big topic. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
So if we cover the issue first, like you said about the actual dates. So you've got that initial meeting at the start. It could be through Tinder or an app, or it might be more traditional, a friend of a friend who is single or something. Oh, I know a guy that maybe you'd like, that kind of thing. So once you've met for the first time and then you arrange a date, I think date locations are very similar to some of the places in Japan. So for example, first date might be a restaurant or the cinema or something like that at first, and then it becomes more interesting places like museums or parks or something like that, more kind of intimate, I guess. But the first meeting usually is something like a restaurant or a cinema date. Is that the same in Japan?
Yeah, I think so too. In Japan as well, going to restaurants or cinema っていうのがね、movie theater. It's an American word and British word, right? Cinema.
Is it? I've always said cinema.
Cinema.
Like, yeah.
That means movie theater, right?
Yeah, movie theater. Yeah.
映画館っていうのがね、確かイギリス英語だとシネマだと思うんですけれども、Can you spell it cinema?
Cinema. C-I-N-E-M-A.
はい、映画館に行ったりとか、ちょっとずつintimate. Can you spell it? 頑張って打ってます。He's typing. 僕言おうか。ちょっと僕言おうか。Okay.
I-N-T-I-M-A-T-E.
親密なっていうような。
I feel like it's like a boxing match. You're like throwing the hooks. It's like, can you dodge it? Can you spell it? Yeah, I got it. Yeah, intimate. Yeah.
連続でパンパンで負けたからねそう焦ってすごい顔が焦ってるなと思って笑ったんですけど、そう親密なっていうような意味ですけれども、仲良くなったら、パークとか公園とか、もう少しロケーション変わっていくっていうところですけれども、ここにあんまりこの文化間の違いはないのかなって思いましたね。その始まりは海外の方が結構そのオンラインアプリを使ったりとかっていう部分でちょっと日本と差はあるのかなと思ったんですけど、デートの場所は大体同じなのかなと。なのでここは個人間の違いにも寄ってくるのかなと思うんですけれども、I thought it's not because of the cultural difference between Japan and the UK. I think individual, thoughts or something. So in your case, where would you like to go for the first date?
It's always difficult because, again, it depends on the type of person that you're dating. I usually prefer like a meal somewhere because then you can sit down, you can talk to each other, you can learn about each other. In a cinema, it's a little bit tricky because, you can't talk to each other. But you can always, go to the cinema first and then maybe go for something afterwards so that if the person that you're dating isn't very interesting, you have something to talk about. You go, so what did you think about the movie? Oh, yeah, did you like that part? Or something like that. But on average, I think most people choose like a restaurant or something as a first date. It's most common.
What about amusement parks?
Amusement parks. In England, we've got a few amusement parks, but it's nothing like USJ or Disneyland like you have in Japan. I think in Japan, both of those places have especially Disneyland has a very romantic image. What do you think?
Yeah, because I love amusement parks so much, and then for the first date, I want to go to that place if I could. So
yeah, for a first date, an amusement park, maybe not very common at all. Yeah, I wouldn't say an amusement park for a first date.
Yeah, that could be a good difference between the UK and Japan.
Yeah, I hear a lot of my Japanese friends saying, "Oh yeah, I'm going on a date. We're going to USJ," and I think, really, you're going to an amusement park for your first date? Okay, that's interesting.
It's weird because why?
Well, it's well, if you're going on a first date and you're trying to give like a good impression of the first time, and you get on a roller coaster and you're screaming like, I don't like it, this is scary, kind of thing. Is that really a good impression to give to the person you're trying to date?
Or like you can say, oh, okay, I can calm you down on the roller coasters or something.
Yeah, I guess so. Maybe it's just me. I'm not very good with roller coasters.
I see. なるほど、面白いですね。なんかこう映画館とかそういうレストランとかの共通点はね出ましたけど、アミューズメントパークが出えへんなって僕は思ったんですよ。で、個人的に僕はデートとか行くときはめっちゃアミューズメントパークが大好き派で、なんか無難だと思うんですよ。で、一番こう敷地内におればさ、みんなが幸せやし、でもう間違いないって、とにかく楽しいし、いろんなこと喋りながら、あとは待ち時間の時にもなんかいっぱい知れるしっていう、僕はもうめっちゃアミューズメントパーク大好きなんですよね。そういう意味ではショーンは、あんまりこうディズニーとか USJ みたいなのが日本のようにないっていう、そこの文化間の違いと、あとは1回目からそんな例えばギャーって叫ばないといけないところに行かないといけないのっていう、そこでかっこよく見せられないじゃんっていう価値観もあったと。これは国柄というか個人の違いかもしれないですけれども、 I think amusement parks are amazing places for first dating because if we are in that field, we can definitely have fun.
I guess so. Yeah, but don't you think it's really boring just like waiting in the queue for like 2 hours? It's like, okay. And then conversation kind of dies down. You can't do anything because you're waiting in the queue, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the part, we can see what kind of persons they are. For example, when we are waiting, guys or even girls try to make each other happy around the first part. But perhaps, when they're getting tired, they might, keep using smartphone or something. Then we can see what kind of person they are. So that's also one of the things I really like about going to amusement parks. So we can know what kind of person he or she is. Trying to entertain people or helping people when, she or he bumps into somebody.
Right.
What would they do or something like this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I guess so. I think, queues are usually kind of boring. But I think the thing that I'm worried about is that I have to entertain the person that I'm dating so that they don't get bored in the queue, right? So I'm constantly thinking of topics. Okay, ask her about her favorite movie. Okay, we talked about that. Ask her about her free time, what she does. Okay, we talked about that. What should we talk about next? And I kind of panic. And then I think the moment that I see her kind of pull out her mobile phone and start checking Twitter, I think, game over. yeah, I've lost. This is, yeah, I couldn't entertain her, and then I feel kind of bad, I think.
いやいやいや、なんかここはすごい面白いなと思ったんですけど、これはね本当に個人間のお話になるかもしれないんですけど、僕はこのアミューズメントパークって人の素も出るところだし、結構24時間じゃないけど、朝から行って夜までずっと楽しめるなと。で最初はお互い気遣い合ってこうしてるけれども、例えば疲れてきた時とかに相手の人はこう頑張って話そうとしてくれる人なのか、それとももう携帯ばっか触る人なのかとか、人間疲れた時とか怒った時に本性って出るって僕は思うので、そういう時にもどんな風にこう対応してくれるんだろうとか、あとは待ち時間でねどんな風に対応してくれるのか、人とぶつかった時にあんだけ人いますからね、どういう風に周りに気配りする人なんだろうとか、いろんなこと見れる反面楽しいっていうのがあるので、なんか僕はすごいアミューズメントパークに行きたいっていう思いがいつもある。でもそんなに僕ファーストデートに行くという機会がそんなに人生でなかったので全然もう一人の人っていう感じが僕多いので、全然今までも回数とかそんなないんですけど行きたいなと思う。 So actually, I've never dated so many, people, so I don't have a lot of experiences of going to amusement
You make me
parks.
sound like I'm some kind of
Professional or
professional dater or something.
No, actually no. そうそうそう。なんかそういう風に聞こえてたら嫌やなと思って、めっちゃ今まで経験ありますねみたいな感じで聞こえてたら嫌やなと思って、全然ないけれどもっていう。So yeah, actually I don't have.
But yeah, I guess yeah, because I'm a little bit older than you, so I've been on a few more dates than you. But yeah, I guess it's all kind of case by case. Right?
Interesting. すごい面白いなって思いました。
There was something that I wanted to ask you about actually. So there's something that you have in Japan that I'd never experienced in England before, and I only found out about these places about 2 years ago. Like asobi bar.
Huh? Asobi bar.
Asobi bar. Have you heard of these?
It's an official place name.
It's not the place name, but there are many of these like asobi bars, but they all got different names.
For kids?
No, it's for adults. So like people who want to just hang out with boys and girls in a kind of dating style, like to hook up. They go to these bars and they just hook up at the bars. Like everybody knows that they're going to these bars to play, like play darts or drink shots or something like that, but everybody's there because they know that everybody's single and everybody wants a date. Have you not heard of this?
Is it called asobi bar?
Yeah.
Oh, so you mean these places are where, single guys or women are?
Yeah. Have you not seen them? There's
No,
loads
no,
in there's loads in like Umeda, Shinsaibashi, Namba, all around Osaka. But like a couple of my foreign friends, like the American guys and stuff, they're always saying, "Oh, let's go to the Asabi bar," and I'm like, "Asobi bar?
Asobi bar.
Yeah.
Oh, asobi bar.
Yeah.
That's the official name.
Well, it's the name of the thing. Every bar is like a different name. I can't remember any of the names of the actual bars, but they're called Asobi bar. Basically, play bar. So people singles go there and they meet up and they know why they're going there. So just like Tinder in the UK, everybody knows I'm on Tinder because I want to hook up. But yeah, in Japan they have these like asobi bar.
Wow, I've never experienced that kind of stuff.
Maybe I am the expert.
僕そういうの行ったことないし、あんまりそういうの興味がないから分かんなかったんだけど、遊びバーっていうの皆さんあるって知ってましたか？Single っていうの Can you spell it?
Single? S-I-N-G-L-E.
So, are you single? とか I am single で私は付き合ってる人がいないっていうような意味ですけれども、そのシングルの人たちがいっぱいいる場所っていうのが遊びバーって言って遊びバーって言ってそういうウェブサイトみたいな感じなのかな？
I think so, yeah. Well, you have to go to the website to like book a table or something for like a group of friends, and it's something like 3,000 yen, and you get like little tokens, like little coupons, and you can use it to like play a game of darts or to get one drink or something like that. So.
I forgot the name. 町角屋とかなんかちゃうかった？町コン
？Maybe
町コンとかやった
similar to
か
that,
な？
I think.
なんかちょっと忘れたけど、僕そういうの全然行からへんので分からへんけど、そう多分町コンみたいな、合コンみたいなね、singles party and like going to bars 多分そうなんか聞いたことある。遊びバーっていうのはちょっと聞いたことなかったけれども、そうカフェじゃなくて飲み屋に行ったらそういうシングルの人たちがいるっていうのがWhat was your question?
Like I wanted to know about your experience about it, but you
No.
no experience.
Do I look like the person who has that kind of
Well,
experience?
the thing is with like a sobby bar, like you can go to hook up, or you can just go to have fun. You know, you don't.
What kind of
You know, just joke, flirting, you know, joking, and then you go home by yourself. You don't have to have a boyfriend or girlfriend. You know, you just go to have fun. But
個人的にさ、遊びバーってさ、ちょっとすごいやらしくないって僕思うんですけど、
Well,
so
I-
do you know how, it sounds for Japanese 遊び bar? It's like a playing bar
playing
or
what?
something.
Yeah, well, yeah, like it's the same
Playing
English
what?
too. Yeah, playing what? Right. So I've just searched on Google for like the Osaka area. Like, so if I show you like some of these, one of them is actually called
Okay, 今携帯もらいま
Asobi
した
bar. Asobi bar, like.
やばい。これはやばい。ちょっと待って。今写真見せてもらってるんですけど、なるほど、ショーンはこういうのが好きなんですね。
Whoa. So just to be clear, I have never been to one of these Asobi bars. My friends have been to them.
Your friend
They,
ね。
they tried to invite me, but I've never actually been. So
Okay.
That's why I wanted to know from you, like what do you know about them?
I think, in general, people say マチコン。
Machikon.
Yeah, that means, that's a kind of way of meeting people.
Right,
And that's
okay.
a name. Like if we go to bars,
Yeah.
there is, single man and woman.
So yeah, we have that in England too, but that is just just regular bars. It's not like a specially designed bar where you can go and play darts and have fun. Those kind of meeting, I guess, romance. Speed dating, like that kind of thing, speed dating that people get together, they know they're there to date or whatever, and then people match like very, very quickly.
I see.
There's also something called a traffic light party. Traffic light party. So traffic lights, you got red, amber, green, or blue in Japan, right? So if the person at the party is wearing a red badge, that means they are like no go. They have a boyfriend, they have a husband, but they're here to just have fun.
For what?
Well, like drinking, flirting, or something like that. But
Okay.
nothing is going to happen because she's wearing a red badge. People who wear the yellow badges, they're like, oh, I might be interested in maybe getting a boyfriend. I might be seeing other people, that kind of thing. And then if they're wearing a green badge, it means I'm completely single. Let's have fun, kind of thing.
It's in the UK.
In the UK, yeah. I think maybe in America they have that thing too. Yeah, traffic light party.
トラフィックライトパーティー、信号パーティーっていうのがあるらしくて、そのバッジをつけてるんですって。赤色だったら自分は結婚してる。でも遊びたいっていう、どういう遊びかは知りませんけれども、っていう人。
Maybe drinking, I think. Just.
なるほど。And what is the yellow one?
They're kind of maybe interested in getting a boyfriend or girlfriend. They're
迷ってるって感じ。
Yeah.
Indecisive.
That's it, yeah,
In
yeah.
between. そう、なるほど。こう、欲しいかな、どうかなって迷ってるっていう感じが黄色。なんでおんねんって、なんで黄色をつけてまでそこにおんねんって話ですけどね。So, they're still, wondering if they want a boyfriend or girlfriend, but I'm wondering why they're there.
why they're there, yeah, right?
で、ブルーっていう人はもう本当に怖い誰でもみたいな感じの人がブルーのバッジをつけてるっていうトラフィックライトパーティーっていうのが向こうではあるらしいですね。で、そのショーンが言ってた遊びバーっていうのは言ったらそのバーのチェーン店の名前みたいな感じですね。で、遊びバー心斎橋めっちゃ宣伝しちゃってやってるけど、遊びバー心斎橋とか遊びバー梅田で、かっこ遊びマッチング相席出会いとかって書いてあって、その次が禁じられた遊びって書いてある。やっべえわこれ本当。Unprohibited playing or something. The name of the bar.
Wow.
So I think that's a name of the bar chains
Okay.
in stores.
I
そう
see,
そう
I
そう
see.
っていう感じなので、so it's not a common word for Japanese.
I
遊び
see.
バーっていうのがコモンな言葉っていうわけではなく、それは系列店の名前で、多分マチコンとかっていうのが一般的に言う。多分マチコンでしたね。皆さん僕行ったことないから分からへんねんけど、そういう感じだと思いますね。
Yeah, I think that, well, just looking at all of these bars that are in the area, they all say, yeah, like machikon, like bar, that kind of thing. So yeah, maybe, I guess, yeah, asobi bar is the brand name of
Yes.
the thing. And the thing is マチコン right?
そうそうそうそう。
Interesting.
僕はさ本当にそういう合コンもしたことがなかったりとか、本当にね皆さんが思ってる以上に僕って英語のソータっていうイメージだと思うんですけど、あんまりそういうの言ったりしなくて、フレンドリーな引きこもりって自分で言ってるので、そうなんかそういう経験はあんまりないんですけれども、なんかこれはデートというよりはさ、こう出会い方とかだと思うんですけど、so these are how we can meet people.
Yeah.
I want to more focus on I want to be more focused on dating
Yeah.
like couples.
Yeah. So once you've gone through all of this,
こういうので出会ってどうするかってね。
once you've gone through all of this, yeah, and you've met the person, okay, now you are boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay, now let's begin, kind of.
そうそうそう
Right?
ちゃんとした関係始めていきましょう。
So yeah, once you've kind of had that first awkward date and you've learned about each other, I guess the first thing would be finding things that you have in common. So, if you have a similar sport that you like, I know golf in Japan, for example, is very popular, maybe like a golfing date or something like that, or, like a tennis date or something like that. In the UK, it's very similar, finding some kind of hobby or interest that you have together. But again, it's quite common just to find nice places to eat, or like a nice cafe or something like that, where you can talk about your week or what you've been up to that week or any news that you have, and then eventually after a few dates you would end up going to their apartment or their house or something like that. That's the end goal kind of thing. Once you're comfortable with that person, you're like, okay, I feel comfortable enough to invite them back to my place. And then it might just be a case of ordering pizza, right? You don't have to go to an Italian restaurant anymore. You can just chill at home and order a pizza instead. And I think that's the goal, the goal. Just to find that person that you're comfortable with. But you're going through these dates to kind of feel out the person, make sure they're the nice person that you think they are. But a lot of that initial idea of the person comes from how they behave on dates. So like we talked about before, going to an amusement park, if they are always on their phone, okay, this is probably not going to work out, right? If you're always feeling anxious and panicking because you're asking them questions on the date, then maybe it's not going to work out. So I think dates can be pretty much anywhere, but they're all about trying to understand the other person, I think.
I see. So those places before that goal, of going to, each other's houses, where would be the popular places? For example, in Japan, it could be aquarium. Is it common? Yes or no?
Aquarium? No. I'd say not. No, yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
What about zoo?
Zoos, for me, like as in the UK, zoos are kind of intimate because they are usually like a drive-through zoo. Like a safari park kind of thing. So you're sitting in the car with the person that you like, that kind of thing. So I wouldn't really go on a zoo for a first date, or like one of those places, but I think the most common one is restaurants, which I think dating in a restaurant is more important than people think, because that's when we start to talk about things like money, because that's when the date becomes kind of like I want to say like a battle.
So for example, like not on the apps, hookup apps or something, or not, asobi bar,
right?
You find someone you fell in love with, then how would you ask her or him on a date?
I see. Yeah. So after that, like first meeting, I guess it would be like through text message or like social media.
What would you say? You want to go to a restaurant?
Yeah. Do you want to go? Are you free? Are you free on Friday or something like that? Just really casual, and then they might say, "Yeah, I'm free on Friday. Let's go." For dinner or something.
You want to go out for dinner or something?
If they say, "Oh, I can't, I'm busy on Friday," and then you say, "Okay, how about next Friday?" and they say, "Yeah, I think I'm busy next Friday," it's like, okay, take the hint. They are not interested.
So I mean, the first place would be restaurants. Like you want to go out for dinner.
In my opinion, yeah, that's what I'd go for.
I see. なるほどね。ここまですごい面白いなと思ったんですけれども、やっぱりこのデート、そういうフックアップアプリとか、そういうマチコンとかの出会いを経てって、さっきは冗談言ってましたけれども、デートに行くってなったら、やっぱり最初はレストランで、他の例えば日本だったら海遊館とか動物園とかなんかそういうのもこうデートの一候補じゃないですか。そこはやっぱ全然ないみたいですね。ショーンから聞いてたらやっぱり最初はレストランに行って話す。つまり僕が最初に誘う言葉ってどんな感じなのって聞いてもご飯行かないとかやっぱりそこからみたいですね。日本もそういうの全然ありますけれども最初のちゃんとしたデートみたいな時って結構なんか海遊館とか動物園とかって日本だったら行くイメージあると思うんですけど、ショーン曰く動物園とかだったら日本みたいなあんな感じじゃなくてサファリパークみたいな車に乗ってブーンって行くやつだからもう少し仲良くなった後に行くようなものって言ってましたね。あと海遊館の選択肢もないということでご飯を重ねてして最後は家でピザを食べるっていうつまり家に行くっていうのがそれがゴールみたいな風にショーンは言ってましたけれども、なんかすごいそこが面白いなって思いましたね。日本の場合はその場所っていうのがもっといっぱいあるなって思ったので In that way, in Japan we have more options.
Yes,
than
absolutely.
in the UK.
Yeah, because when I first started dating in Japan, my first girlfriend was a Japanese girl, and she was saying like, "Oh, let's go to the aquarium," and I was like, "Wait, we've only been dating for like a week. You want to go to the aquarium?" And then like the week after, it was like, "Oh, let's go to Tennoji Zoo." I was like, "It's only 2 weeks. What are we doing? Like, this is too fast."
Interesting.
Yeah, so
めっちゃ面白い。なので日本人の彼女と遊びバー。Did you meet her at the 遊びバー
No, I actually met her in the game center.
それもすごいな。それもすごいな。Did you talk to her?
Yeah, so I was playing Taiko no Tatsujin.
Okay.
Because I love it. It's my favorite. And then like my arms were hurting, so I was like, I'll take a rest, I'll grab a drink. And then when I went to grab a drink, she kind of came in and then she started playing Taiko no Tatsujin. So I went over and I said, "Oh, should we play together?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." And the funny thing was she got her purse out to pay the extra 200 yen so that I could join in. I was like, "Oh, no, I'll pay because, I'm joining you, so I'll join your game." And we put the 200 yen in and played together and yeah. And then it was like, "Oh, should we exchange lines?" And yeah, okay, let's. Yeah.
And then hitting the taiko
In the
together.
Taiko no Tatsujin.
なるほどね。ロマンチックな出会いでございますね。太鼓の達人の棒でボンボンボンボン叩きながら出会ったということでしたけれども、ゲームセンターでね話しかけたっていうところ、一緒にプレイしてもいいですかっていうそういうところから始まってでショーン的には向こうからじゃあ次は海遊館行こうって言われてまだ出会って1週間なのにとで次たまたま動物園行こうって言われたらしく出会って2週間なのにってなったっていうやっぱりここはなんかこう価値観の違いはあるんだなっていうのは今感じましたね。デートの誘い方として You wanna go Oh, can you make the sentence like you wanna go out for drink or for dinner?
Do you want to go out? So you could say, do you want to go out? Or even simple, just, are you free? I think is more casual, I think, yeah. Are you free on Friday? Are you free on Saturday? Or do you have any plans? Do you have any plans on Friday or something like that?
はい、皆さん頑張って誘ってくださいね。Or if we want to have dinner, we can say you want to go out for dinner or
Yeah.
go out for a drink.
Common verb to use is grab.
Oh, grab.
Do you want to grab dinner? Yeah. G-R-A-B.
はい、
Yeah,
grab ちょうどインスタグラムストーリーで最近これもね紹介してた単語だと思うんですけどこれで掴むとかって意味ですけど食べるとか飲むとかっていう意味もあるのでそこをグラブと、後ろ飲み物だったり食べ物にしてもらって何々食べに行く飲みに行くっていうような形で言ってもらったり、あるいは、go out for なんとかで何々のために出かけるなので後ろにディナーつけたりドリンクつけたりしてぜひ男性でも女性でも、今はねそのカップルっていうのは何ですか男女だけではありませんのでその男性から男性女性から女性、男性から女性でもいいですけど、皆さんぜひ相手気になる人に誘っていただければなと思うんですけれども I also want to know more about cultural differences. I'm still looking for it.
So yeah, one of the things. So like I just mentioned about the girl that I met at the game center. So when I asked her if I could join, she took out her purse to pay the 200 yen so I could join in. And I said, "Oh no, it's okay. I will pay." So the whole paying culture, I think, is very complicated. I think in all cultures, I think it's a very difficult issue. One option is obviously splitting the bill, where you decide a percentage. Common is 50-50, right? But let's say, for example, if we go on a date and we go to an Italian restaurant, okay, you order a green salad and a small glass of wine. I order 2 pizzas, garlic bread, a bottle of wine for myself. And at the end of the date, I say, "Oh, shall we split the bill?" Is that fair?
For Japanese food.
What do you think?
In Japan, like if it's girls or something,
Right.
like they might prefer, being paid.
Okay, so paying for everything.
Like guys should pay or something like that. Perhaps it's a kind of traditional or old-fashioned way. But what's your point of your question?
So like that's, in my opinion, it's not fair. If I'm ordering all of this food, okay, you've just had a little green salad and a small glass of wine, right? And then I say, okay, let's split the bill, which is common.
Oh, you mean the splitting the bill means 50-50?
Right, which I found is quite common in Japan when like dating, that people say, "Oh, I'll split the bill," but I don't think that's fair. I don't think it's fair. I also don't think it's fair if the guy pays for everything either.
Oh, that's what you meant. I thought, the point was from the first place, whether or not God should pay everything or not.
Well, that's the other thing too. So, a lot of people have this image that the guy should pay for everything because, like you said, it's kind of old-fashioned or traditional. I often hear Japanese people say, if I offer and I say, "Oh, it's okay, I'll pay for everything. I'll pay this time." They often say, "Oh, gentleman desu ne." And gentleman is kind of Japanese English. The word that you should use is chivalrous. Have you heard of chivalrous before?
Chivalrous?
Chivalrous, yeah.
Is it a British word?
No, it's just a general word.
Chivalrous.
Yeah, chivalrous. CHIVALROUS.
Shiver means like shaking? Not shiver.
No, that's like SH. So yeah, that's shiver. Chivalrous. Chivalrous comes from like olden days, knights. Like I know you like Disney, so if you imagine like brave knights and that kind of thing, I would describe them as being chivalrous. Chivalrous is this image of the guy is big and strong and will protect and save the ladies, that kind of thing, right? So when a guy does something nice for a girl, like maybe, for example, like move the chair so that she can sit down, or hold the door open and go, ladies first, that kind of thing. Oh, you are very chivalrous, that kind of thing. But that kind of image, I think, is a little bit old-fashioned.
In the UK?
I think in the world, in the UK especially, but also, in America more recently. Women are a lot more independent than they were, 100 years ago, which means they can pay for their own food, right? They can pay for their own dates. They don't need me to kind of say, "Oh, I make more money than you, therefore I should pay more," right? It's all about equality, I think.
So, overall, your point is people should pay for what they have eaten.
Yes.
In the UK.
In Japan too, I think.
Like, from your perspective.
From my perspective,
still in Japan, some girls are thinking like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's old-fashioned though. すっごい面白いなと思いながら、これが僕はネイトとの会話も覚えてたり、今ショーンの視点も覚えてたり、あとは僕の考えと、あと一般的な日本人の考え、ここが全部独立してたので、すごい難しいなと思いながら考えてたんですけど、まず結論から言うと、お金をどっちが払うか問題っていう部分で、日本と違いを感じるって、ショーンは言ってたんですけれども、まず一つは、まず結論から言うと、ショーンからすると、お金は全部自分が食べたものを払いましょうっていう考えということですね。なので向こうで割り勘みたいな価値観がそのファーストデートの時 割り勘じゃない全部払いますっていう概念がイギリスではないと。で例えば今だったら、はい、レディーファーストみたいなもう扉開けてあげてっていうのももうちょっと古い価値観になってきてると、そうなんだと思ったんですけど、去年とかちょっと前にネイトと話した時はネイトはまだそのレディーファーストのお話をちょっとしてたこともあったので、これはアメリカとイギリスの違いなのか個人間の違いなのか、どうなんだろうって今考えながらだったんですけど、ショーンの視点的にはアメリカでもやっぱりそういう考えっていうものはちょっとずつ古くなってきてると。でなんでかっていうと今は女性もインディペンデントって言ってましたけれども独立してきていて、自立してきていて、お金をそんなにね女の人のために払うっていうのも逆に失礼になったりする場合もあるんじゃないかと。なのでそういう意味で見ると日本人男性が全部女の人に払わないといけない、払わなかったらケチみたいな価値観っていうのはちょっと古いんじゃないかっていうのが全体的ななんですかね、こうまとめたポイントだったのかなと思いますね。で、ショーンが言ってくれてた chivalrous 使ったことないこんなの、ちょっと like as you said old person when we describe old type of person.
Yeah, like
Chivalrous.
like if you imagine a knight,
as you said,
like
騎士とかね。
yeah, kishi, like trying to save the lady, that kind of thing. Very chivalrous and strong spirit kind of image.
そういう感じなので、
Yeah.
ちょっと僕も知らなかったんですけど、日本でいうこうジェントルマンだねみたいな感じに、当てはまるのは英語で C っていうならこの chivalrous、 さっきのスペルですけれども CHIVALROUS っていう感じですけど、もうでもこれも多分古い考えだと思うので実際の中であんまり使うことって少ないのかもしれませんけれども、意味としては騎士のとか騎士のようなっていうナイトで表すっていうことなので、 Do you actually say that in your
Chivalrous.
daily life in the UK?
Maybe
You're
not in-
chivalrous.
Maybe not in my daily life, but if we were talking about this kind of topic, or if I do something that would be described as gentleman, I would say chivalrous.
It sounds
yeah.
a little old.
It's a little bit old-fashioned. You'll probably hear it in a lot of like American movies, like romance movies.
なるほどね。
He's a chivalrous guy, that kind of thing.
なるほどね。
Which gives that image of, he will pay for the date, he will hold the door open, he will do all of these
なるほどね。
nice things, that kind of image, yeah.
なるほど。なのでその chivalrous guy っていうものがちょっとオールドに聞こえるっていうことはイコールやっぱり男性が全部払う、男性がドアを開けてあげるっていうのはもうそういうのも古くなってきてるっていう価値観なんだなっていうのが、確かに世界レベルでいくとそうなってくるよなと思いました。僕の場合はもう男女問わずですけど、例えばin my case I always pay.
Right.
Like when we firstly met, like you joined
Yes.
for us, so I paid, like showing appreciation.
Yeah.
So not between like a man and a woman. I always kind of often pay.
Yeah.
So even when I'm dating,
Yeah.
probably I would have paid or I would pay.
Yeah.
But from the worldwide perspective, it could be a little old-fashioned.
I think for the first date, I think it's usually accepted that the guy will pay. Like for example, for me, every time I go on a first date, I always pay.
In Japan?
Yeah, in Japan, in England too. Like it's kind of in my nature that I would always pay for the first date. The second date is where I kind of start to get an idea of what kind of girl the other person is. So if, for example, she makes the gesture of going to get her purse or opening her bag, and then I will say, no, it's okay, I will pay. Just that action, the gesture that she was going to pay, that's enough for me. To show that she was thinking about splitting the bill or paying separately or something like that.
So not for everything.
Not
That's
for
your
everything.
point.
Yeah.
But you believe it should be fair for anybody to split the bill.
Yeah, split the bill. Like, 'cause this is just my opinion, right? So, so I've been kind of dating recently, but no luck. But that's because I'm picky, like we talked about previously. But I will usually pay for the first date. That's like my standard thing. The second date is where I'm starting to think, okay, can I see myself having many dates with this person? So how the girl behaves on that second date is usually my sign of will this dating continue or not. So if, for example, she takes out her purse and she says, oh, should we split the bill? And I go, oh, sure, okay, because she suggested it. I wouldn't say to her, hey, okay, we're doing 50-50 this time.
Okay, then
I wouldn't be that direct.
so it's shifting a little bit, like, because the original explanation was we don't need to pay even for the first day because we should split the bill. That was your point. So,
Yeah, but this is just in my opinion, like my experience. I think other people have different values. So some people will say from the first date, split the bill or pay separately or something like that. But in my experience, it's something that I like to do. But I don't want them to expect it like every time, right?
I see. That's your point.
Because that's what happened with my first girlfriend. I did it once, and then on the second date, she didn't bring her purse. So I was like, oh, okay, so I guess I'm paying for this one too. And then the third date, and then the fourth date, and then that's when I was like, okay, this is not gonna work. Yeah.
面白いですね。こういうリアルなさ意見を聞けるのって本当に僕は面白いなと思うんですけど、なんだろう、国ごとの違いもその回答の中に出てるでしょうし、個人間のその価値観っていうのも出てくるからこそ面白いなと思うんですけど、全部まとめると、ショーの場合だったらファーストデートでもちょっと払うかなと。でも2回目以降からは様子を見始めると。じゃあもともと言ってたのと話が違うんじゃないのと思うかもしれないんですけど、そうじゃなくて、やっぱり世の中一般的に今は男が全部払うっていう考え自体は古くなってきてるから、男女でごめんなさいね、これ今一般的なそのよくあるケースとして今男女って言っちゃってますけれども、男女女とかでもあると思うんですけど、片方が払うでそのもう片方、例えば日本だったらさ、年齢とか皆さんねあるじゃないですか。年上だったら払わないといけないとか、ああいう誰が払うみたいなそういう決めつけっていうものはその相手に求めちゃいけないと。もうそういうものは古くなってきてるよと。男が払う、年上が払う、っていうようなものはなるべくもうやめた方がいいっていうことですよね。確かに。でもそれは国柄っていうのもあったり、日本はまだその男が払う文化みたいなのが確かに残ってるかもしれないですね。だからこそ僕は結構お金ポンってそれは男女関わらず僕って結構払っちゃうタイプなんですけど、ショーンも言ってたように2回目以降からその相手の子がどういう風な財布を出す動きをするのかしないのかとか、一番最悪だったのはずっと払ってたら2回目以降からはもう財布持ってこなくなった女性も日本人でいたっていうことだったので、やっぱり今はそのみんな結論を言うと split the bill 割り勘にしようっていう思いをみんなが持っておくべきだっていうことですよね。So everyone should keep in mind that we should split the bill. That's the point, I guess.
I think so. Yeah. Like you should go into a date expecting to split the bill, right? So bring your purse, bring your wallet. If you're a guy, make sure you bring that little bit extra just in case. But I think, splitting the bill, I in my opinion, I would like to see that become the norm.
Yeah.
Because, I'm, as you probably know, like I'm a bit of a feminist. I'm all about, girl power. I'm wearing a Joshi Pro Wrestling t-shirt today. I think it should be about independence. If I can afford to pay so much, then I think the girl should be able to afford that too, and we should be equal. I think Japan still has a little bit of a way to go with that. There are other issues, salary, that kind of thing. Guys earn more than girls, that kind of thing, which makes it difficult. But, I want that kind of equality to be the
I totally agree with you because even in Japan or in the world, especially in Japan, people say guys, a man and a woman should be equal.
Yes.
But sometimes girls or women take an advantage of that idea, and in some case they say, we are not treated equally. But for example, when they are dating, sometimes they might say, guys should pay for girls. Then in that way, it's not equal.
Right.
So it doesn't apply to each case. So I want girls to have that kind of notion, like a man and a woman should be equal in any situations.
Absolutely.
That's your point, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
すごいそれ分かるなと思うんですけれども、ショーンが言ってたのは、そのデートをするときに、今女性のお話になってますけれども、男性に払ってもらおうじゃなくて、みんながもうスプリットビル、割り勘にしようっていう思いを持ってデートに行くべきだと。で、日本はまだやっぱりこう男が払うとか、あるいはこう社会の、ポジション的にも男性が昇進しやすいとかっていうのがあるがゆえにそうなるんじゃないかって、いうポイントもありましたけれども、今はやっぱりもう全部平等、いろんな意味で平等になったらいいんじゃないかっていうお話、やっぱりそういう意味では思ったのは、海外がこういうのって進んでますよね。すごいこう男女の平等っていうのもすごいこう日本ってまだ遅れてしまってるなと。例えばニュージーランドの首相はね女性でしたよね。ニュージーランド Prime Minister is woman、日本だとね、それがちょっと難しかったりとかいっぱいあると思うんですけど、やっぱ海外って進んでるなと思うのと同時に、僕がいつも思うのは、なんか女性が都合のいい時だけ男女平等って言って、都合の悪い時だけそれをなんかこう撤廃してるようなシチュエーションにあるように僕は思う瞬間があるんですよ。もちろん皆さんが皆さんじゃないのは分かってるんですけど、例えば社会では男女平等にこうされるべきだと言いながらも、例えば男性とデートに行った時にお金を男が払わないなんてケチって言ったり、そこは男女平等じゃないのって僕は思うんですよね。なんか都合のいいところだけ男女平等っていう割には、そういう人に限ってなんか平等じゃないところ、女性という特権をなんかこう変に乱用している時があると思うんですよ。なのでそういうのも全部踏まえて、いろんな意味でどんなシチュエーションでも男女平等っていうものがやっぱり整ってこそ本物の男女平等だと思うので、今回のこのデートっていうものもすごい僕も新しい発見だったんですけどね。海外はやっぱ男性が女性をっていうのがあるのかなと思ってたんですけど、やっぱりそういうものも逆に女性に失礼っていうところから、あんまりこうお金を払ったりっていうのも古くなってきてるっていうのが新しい価値観だなと思ったんですけど、 So as I said, sometimes women abuse the privilege of being a woman, especially in Japan, perhaps like a paying stuff or something like this.
Yeah, I mean, I've met some Japanese girls who are, friends of friends or whatever, and I say, oh, okay, are you dating at the minute? And yeah, I go on dates with like many guys or whatever. I'm like, you go on dates with many guys? Like, why? Oh, because they always pay for dinner. So they go on a date, they pay for dinner, and then they never call them again. So they're kind of taking advantage of that idea. But yeah, I think it's case by case,
Yeah, of course, not for everyone.
No, not for everyone. Yeah, absolutely not. Yeah, but there are some people.
Yeah, and also when I was, for example, doing job hunting when I was a student, like in general, men should be more responsible for getting a good job or taking care of family. So in general, people say, or women say, it should be equal. But for example, when I was doing job hunting, girls or female students often said, oh, I can get married and I can quit the company. So, of course, the job hunting is really hard, but I can take it easy. So in that way, it's not actually equal.
Yeah.
Then, I think it makes sense that they sometimes cannot get the position in companies, higher position, because I do know this is not for everyone, but some girls believe they can quit after marriage.
Yes, yeah.
So I want everyone to think girls and boys should be equal in any situations. That's what I meant.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I agree too. I think obviously there are other factors which we have to consider with each country. In Japan, it's a little bit more difficult because of whatever regulations, or for some people it's more difficult. But in places like the UK, it's definitely becoming more equal. We have female CEOs, women in powerful positions, amazing women in really amazing jobs, right? So it should be equal. That's how it should be, I think, in my opinion.
そうですよね。なので多分これを聞かれてる方っていうのはすごい柔軟な思考の方々が多いので、多分両者を客観的に見れる方々だと思うんですよね。でも僕が本当に聞いてほしい方々っていうのは、 どちらかワンサイドに偏った考えをお持ちの方にこそこの番組って特に聞いていただきたいなっていつも思うんですけど、本当に皆さんがそうじゃないっていうのは分かってるんですが、こう今本当に男女平等って言われつつも、例えば僕就活してた時に男はみんなそれで結婚したら家庭を守らないといけない。で、男が仕事を辞めてバイトだったらなんか一般的に男なのにとか責任ないとかって言われる傾向あるじゃないですか。で、就活してる時も女性の学生だと就活大変、みんなそれは男女大変ですけど大変、まあでも私結婚したら仕事辞めるしっていうふうに言ってる女性の学生っていうのもすごい多かったんですよね。もちろんみんながみんなじゃないと思うんですけど、なのでやっぱりそういうなんでしょうね、男女平等っていうのであればやっぱりそこもちゃんと平等にしてもらわないと僕はいけないと思っていて、都合のいい時だけ男女平等じゃないとか男女平等にしろって言うんじゃなくて、どんな時でもやっぱり男女平等っていうのを一緒にしてほしいなと思うんですよね。例えば結婚しててもやっぱり男の責任ってね、もちろんシングルマザーの方いらっしゃったりとかいろんなケースはあると思うんですけど、男が仕事を辞められない、家族を守らないといけないっていう責任ってすごい大きいと思うんですよね。でもなんかその立場に立って見れない方、皆さんじゃないと思うんですけど、一般的には私は仕事もして家事もしてるっていう、でも言ったら働いてる時間って男性の方が多かったり責任ってすごい多かったりする場合でも、なんか都合のいいことだけ世の中って捉えてしまってるケースもあるんじゃないかなっていうのがあるので、今回デイティングのトピックからかなり広がりましたけど、やっぱりこう客観的に、でもだからって言って男性も女性がちゃんと育児で頑張ってて家事もねしながらっていう、そこにサポートはしないといけないと思うので、本当に全部を半々にしないといけないと思うんですよね。男性は男性で家事もやりつつ、女性も本当に半分っていう風にしないといけないっていう大前提ではあるんですけれども、両者がね本当に男女平等っていう意識を持ってこのデートのお金を払う払わないだったり、世の中のこの動きっていうものを変えていけたらいいんじゃないかなって今思いました。So that was so interesting that, in other countries, it's a little old-fashioned that men pay everything. Because in Japan, it's still happening. And then, those men who don't pay can be called stingy or,
Right.
cheap or something.
Well, actually, one of my friends in the UK, he went on a date with a girl who was, she was like not CEO, but like deputy manager or something like that. And they went on the date, and he was trying to be chivalrous. And at the end of the date, he said, "Okay, I'll pay for everything." And she got angry. She said, "What? You think that I don't make enough money? You think I can't pay?"
Wow.
Right? So yeah, I think this idea of the men, the guy should pay for everything every time. I think it's old-fashioned.
面白いですね。今のねケースが、社長みたいな偉い女性とデートをしているお友達が払うよって言ったら、私がお金払えないほどそんなお金ないと見えるのって怒られたらしいんですよね。なので本当に、それで怒るのもなんかすごいなとも思いますけど、こうやっぱりいろんな形が変わってきてる世の中、すごい面白いなと思ったので、ぜひ皆さんにも、このエピソードでいろいろと考えていただいて、感想を台本なし英会話レッスンのハッシュタグでつけていただけたらなと思います。chivalrous っていう単語、なんかそういう感じで使うんだって僕も新しい発見があったんですけれども、でもさ、あんまり "Oh, you're chivalrous" って言う、in Japan we say, "Oh, you're a gentleman."
Gentleman, yeah.
You're chivalrous.
Yeah.
Do you have that kind of custom?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, you could say like, "Oh, he is a gentleman." But when people say that, when they say, "Oh, he is a gentleman," because gentleman just means man, like a boy, right? Male, right? It doesn't have any other things attached to it, right? But what they mean is he is chivalrous, right? If they say, "Oh, he's a gentleman," it means he does those chivalrous things.
Oh, I
right?
mean, like in Japan, sometimes there are some phrases, Western people don't usually say. For example, "Oh, you have a small face," or "Oh,
Yeah,
you're tall."
What does that even mean? Like,
And I thought, "Oh, you're a gentleman" is also like, you're chivalrous, directly saying like that.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, you could say like, "Oh, you're a gentleman." That's fine. Yeah. The problem is when it becomes that kind of Japanese English. When it becomes the situations where you'd say like, "Ah, gentleman desu ne," and it's like, well, hang on, now we're mixing Japanese and English together. That's strange.
If it's you're chivalrous, you say like that. I thought it's like, "Oh, you have a small face" or something like
No,
that.
no.
Not the
If
same.
you say, "Oh, you're very chivalrous," you'd be like, "Oh, wow, thank you very much."
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
cool then.
That's fine. Yeah, but yeah, if you're not sure, you could just say Oh, you're a gentleman.
なるほどなるほど。なんかこう日本人がよく言うことで外国人の人からしたらってなることって結構あるじゃないですか。最近すごい僕それに敏感で、なんかこう顔小さいですねとか背高いですねとかって僕たちは褒め言葉で言うけど、僕もなんか最近こう欧米の文化に慣れてきて、なんかそういう言葉を言ってる人とかを見るとなんかすごいこう違和感を抱くようになっちゃって、海外ではああいう今もねショーも言ってたけれども、顔小さいイコール脳みそが小さいって思われちゃったりする場合もあるので、あんまそういう言葉って言わないのと同時にジェントルマンですねっていうのももしかしたらそもそも言う習慣ってあるのかなってそこ気になったんですけど、そこは言ってもいいっていうことでしたね。でもそこはジェントルマンっていうのがジャパニーズ英語なのでシェブラスっていうところに変えてくださいということでしたね。意味としては騎士とかっていう騎士のとかっていうような意味ですね。はい、皆さん今日のエピソードはいかがでしたでしょうか。楽しんでいただけてると嬉しいですよ。ちょっとねいつもこう難しいいろんな方向に行くのでデートと全然違う方向に行きましたけれども、でもここからねいろんなこうなんでしょうね、今ならではのデートの仕方だったり違いっていうところも見えたのかなと。また今度いつかラブのお題もやりたいなと思うので、どうやってこう僕はもっと相手をどうやって楽しませるんだろうとかっていうところまで掘り下げれたらなって思ったんですけど、ちょっと時間がそこまで足りなかったので、またラブのところでそれは取り上げれたらなと思っております。はい、僕は英語のソータという名前で検索していただくと YouTube、Twitter、Instagram 出てきます。Instagram ストーリーと Twitter は毎日更新してますので、英語の情報だったり面白いお話だったりいろいろ更新しております。YouTube ちょっと今ねバタバタしてて少し更新遅れてるんですけれども、不定期ではありますけど必ず更新しますので見てみてください。And what's your account for Instagram?
Instagram is Sean Bradley 1986. Sean is SEAN BRADLEY1986。
そうですね、ショーンはその名前でインスタグラムやってますし、概要欄にもリンク貼っておりますのでぜひご確認いただけたらなと思います。では皆さんまた次回のエピソードでお会いしましょう。バイバイ。